Hi there and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Talks underway between Arsenal and Marseille as 25-year-old wants to leave a Premier League club. Arsenal striker Eddie Nketiah wants to leave the Premier League club to join Marseille ahead of the 24-25 campaign as talks get underway between both clubs. According to FootMercato journalist Santi Aouna, Marseille have sent an undisclosed offer to Arsenal for the striker as talks are underway to agree a transfer fee. Negotiations are also underway with the player as the French club look to agree personal terms with the Arsenal star. The 25-year-old is believed to want to complete a move to the League One Giants ahead of the new season, as he has been completely convinced by their sporting project. Marseille are looking to put a strong squad together for the 24-25 campaign as they try to knock PSG off of their perch. The French giants have already acquired the services of Mason Greenwood, Ismail Kone, and Meite so far this summer and are now looking to add Nketiah to their attacking ranks. Nketiah has been at Arsenal his whole career and has supported several strikers at the Emirates Stadium over the last few years. The 25-year-old has shown that he is a good player and deserves to be a starter at another club that is a step below the Gunners. The forward featured in 37 matches for the North London club last season as he backed up Kai Havertz, netting 6 goals and assisting a further 3 in all competitions. This took his numbers at Arsenal up to 168 appearances, with the English star producing 38 goals and 7 assists. The Gunners star would be a great signing for Marseille, and it's a transfer that would also suit Arsenal. Nketiah is a player Mikel Arteta can afford to lose, and his sale would help Reiss funds to bring in a new talent. The North London club need to strengthen their squad again ahead of the upcoming campaign as they plan another run at the Premier League title. Crystal Palace to compete with Aston Villa for £35 million rated Arsenal ace. Arsenal midfielder Emile Smith Rowe has been linked with a move away from the club this summer. The 23-year-old attacking midfielder has barely had any opportunities this past season and he needs to move on in search of regular playing time. According to a report from TalkSport, Crystal Palace are keen on signing him this summer and they are preparing a £30 million offer to sign the player. Meanwhile, Arsenal are ready to sanction his departure if a suitable offer is presented. The Gunners value him around 35 to 40 million pound, and it will be interesting to see if their valuation is met in the coming weeks. Apart from Crystal Palace, the likes of Aston Villa and Napoli are keen on the 23-year-old as well. Crystal Palace could certainly use a quality attacking midfielder, especially with the players like Aberchies linked with an exit. Michael Olise joined Bayern Munich earlier this summer as well. The Eagles need more technicality and creativity in the final third. The 23-year-old midfielder was regarded as one of the finest young midfield prospect in English football a few years ago, and he will be hoping to get back to that level once again. Smith Rowe could prove to be a long-term investment for Crystal Palace if they can get the deal done. It's fair to assume that they have the funds to get the deal done, especially after selling Olise to the Bundesliga for a fee of £60 million. The 23-year-old Arsenal midfielder will look to get his career back on a track, and he will look to join a club who are capable of competing at a reasonably high level. Crystal Palace have a talented squad and a quality manager in Oliver Glasner. They could be an attractive destination for the player. Meanwhile, Aston Villa would be an exciting option for him as well. He has played under Unai Emery during their time together at Arsenal, and a reunion with the Spanish manager could be tempting. Arsenal star not close to leaving, but West Ham ready to pounce, says Romano. It's unlikely to deter Arteta, sporting director Edu, or the players that the North Londoners currently have in their stable. Of course, in order to make room in the squad for new faces, some players need to be moved on, whether they like it or not. It's something that Arteta has become something of a master at, right back to easing the likes of Mesut Ozil and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang out of the Emirates Stadium exit door. 24-year-old Reiss Nelson could well be the next to make way. Fabrizio Romano said the following: West Ham have been busy in the current transfer window and are still working as usual on several deals, including for a new striker and one more centre back. It's not closed yet, but for sure Reiss Nelson is expected to leave Arsenal this summer, and he is one of the names on West Ham's list. They like him, but nothing is imminent yet, as still at initial stages. Another Spaniard looking to make his mark in the Premier League is Julian Lopetegui, and if he can land Nelson for a reasonable fee, the player is still young enough to have a great English top-flight career ahead of him. Arsenal close to total agreement for a 22-year-old target after talks with agent. Arsenal are closing in on the capture of Bologna defender Riccardo Calafiori. The 22-year-old is regarded as one of the finest young defensive prospects in European football, and he has proven himself to be a key player for club and country. Arsenal are keen on securing his services, and Fabrizio Romano has now delivered a positive update on the situation. The Gunners are now close to securing a total agreement for the Italian international defender after holding positive talks with his agent behind the scenes. Arsenal are confident of getting the deal done. They have already agreed personal terms with the Italian international defender, and he will sign a contract until 2029 with them. The 22-year-old could develop into a world-class central defender with the right guidance, and he could be a key player for Arsenal in the near future. He is expected to partner William Saliba at the heart of the Arsenal defense next season. Calafiori is capable of operating in central defense as well as a left back. His versatility will be an added bonus. Apart from his defensive qualities, his distributive skills could prove to be very handy while building from the back. He has shown his quality in Serie A with Bologna, and he will look to make his mark in the English Premier League now. He has the physical and technical attributes to do well in English football, and he will look to establish himself as an indispensable asset for Mikel Arteta next season. Arsenal have narrowly missed out on the league title in the last two seasons, and they will be desperate to go all the way in the upcoming campaign. They need to plug the gaps in their squad this summer, and the signing of Calafiori would be a step in the right direction. Chelsea and Arsenal remain attentive to world-class Barcelona target. With the European Championship and Copa America now finished, both Chelsea and Arsenal, along with the clubs Europe-wide, can crank up their transfer window activity. The start of the new Premier League season is only 4 weeks away, with the pre-season work beginning whilst the aforementioned tournaments were still taking place. One player that stood out in Germany was Spain's brilliant winger Nico Williams. The athletic club ace is a wanted man, while La Liga giants Barcelona hoping to land the 22-year-old in order that he and Lamine Yamal can play together for club and country. Chelsea and Arsenal are both waiting in the wings, however. Romano said the following on the situation. Barcelona's sporting director Deco had a meeting with the agent of the player in Zaragoza, and they are trying to be fast on agreeing personal terms with Nico Williams because they believe that reaching an agreement with Nico on the project, on the salary, on the contract is important. Barca know that Premier League clubs are coming. Barca know that big Premier League clubs are already trying to understand what's going to happen, and maybe they hope in England that things could collapse for Barcelona because of financial fair play so that they can enter the race. We know about the interest of Chelsea and Arsenal, who are keeping a close eye on the situation. He is still very expensive for both clubs because the clause has to be paid in one solution: big commission, big salary. This is why, for example, 1 month ago, Chelsea decided to go slower on the story of Nico Williams, but in case Barcelona don't close the deal, Chelsea and Arsenal are attentive to the situation. Rumors of Rafinha being linked with a move back to the Premier League were dismissed by Romano too, who also spoke about the situation of Vitor Roque. Arsenal looking at super attacking signing who isn't considered untouchable by current club. It's well known that Arsenal are battling with Barcelona to try and land Athletic Club's brilliant winger Nico Williams. At present, it's believed that the Catalan club might well have the edge in those negotiations, and so, as Football Transfers report, the Gunners could be turning their attentions to Bayern Munich winger and former Man City flyer Leroy Sané, though he may only be considered as a plan B at this stage. The fact that Football Transfers suggest that he isn't untouchable, even if Vincent Kompany isn't actively looking to sell him, hints at Arsenal perhaps being successful with any inquiry. No fee is mentioned, though Sané is approaching the final year of his contract and would be tempted by a move to the Emirates Stadium. According to the report, if the stars align, it's a deal that makes perfect sense for all concerned. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.